folks, and welcome back to Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. We're here in our beginner parks, and this is one of my absolute favorite scenarios from Roller Coaster Tycoon ever. This is Crazy Castle. You've inherited a large castle, and your job is to convert it into a small theme park. Logically, we have to have 1,500 guests in our park at the end of October year 4 with a park rating of at least 600. I want to get in and pause this real fast and tell you why I love this one, and then I'll get in through the process of actually playing it. Number one reason I love to play it. There's a lot of flat land. It's not well utilized, but there's a lot of flat land. There's also some mountainous land for other things. There's also all of this area over here is there for expansion. So you can really make this park incredibly large without really doing much. You can pretty much capture almost the whole map, which is very unlike most Roller Coaster Tycoon scenarios. Number two reason why I love this. This was the first scenario where we really got to experience the larger loops and all that stuff, and the floorless coaster. That was kind of a thing that we had there. You also have a really good ride selection. Like that's solid. Not the best there, but it's solid. Like you have enough to do things with it. Again, solid, and it's okay. But again, solid here too. So like when we're going through and looking at stuff, I don't need to worry about a lot of this stuff. I can focus mainly on coasters and thrill rides. Mainly because I'm going to need, if we have to have 1,500 guests in our park, we're going to need a park that, or some rides that have some major capacity. And also thrill rides because they're simple, easy, inexpensive, and do the job. The first thing we need to do though is we need to rearrange this park because it is an absolute hot mess and we just can't deal with it right now. So we're going to move all of the guests up to the front of the park. From there, we'll unpause this. We're going to remove any ability to use the outside edges of the park because there's no reason. You don't need to do that. That's not something that anybody needs to do right now. We're going to get rid of all that stuff. And then once we have kind of the pruning of the paths and all that done, then I'll go in and actually start building things out. But I tend to be weirdly methodical on some of these things, and stuff like this just drives me up the wall. Oh God, I got rid of something I didn't mean to. Oops, I'll fix it in a sec, hold on. But yeah, I get weird about some of this stuff. I apologize, but like, I really like parks to be a certain, I changed. Why is it? That's dumb. Okay. But there's certain scenarios that I've played so many times, and this is one of them that I played probably more than almost any other one, just because you have so much land and time, and you don't have to advertise at all in this one to win it if you don't want to. If you consistently build good rides, you can win this one pretty easily. I am absolutely going to be advertising, but that's neither here nor there. That's just what the state of things is going to be here real soon. But you can see that there's a lot of flat land to start off with, and we have all different types of terrains and just stuff to work with. I really, really, really dig this one. So I'm just going to get rid of this thing. And what I wanted to do is spiral down here. What always ends up happening is it's going to cut off weirdly, and then it doesn't spiral down. You have to click out a whole bunch of things. Holy goodness, it didn't do that. Okay, cool. Usually what I'm used to having happen here is that it just goes bananas with all that. All right, we do have the mod enabled to put on benches and trash cans without, well, I should say with reckless abandon, and I'm okay with that. We'll get our people in. Ooh, I hired an extra security guard 6. Kick the bucket. All right, happy with that. We're going to get our info kiosk set up right there. Do we have a cash machine? We do not have a cash machine, so that's a little sad, but it's okay. I'm going to go back onto the maps, do bench warmer, and build it on all the paths just so we have it. It does charge you, in case you are wondering. It's not a free activity. It does cost money to do, and I didn't need it on all of this stuff because that's unnecessary. But what I treat that stuff is like kind of like an extra cash reserve where I have it if I need it. So my Julius Mouse Towers clearly belongs in this section, so we're going to build it. The only thing I need to do is I need to do some basic construction. We'll remove that, and I don't know why I haven't saved these as a blueprint to put on the lift hill on these parts, because it absolutely needs it. If it doesn't have it, it does not work. But we got that. That's going to be a $6 ride all day long. Make sure we build this out nice and easy. There we go. And what I typically like to do with this one is have like a path like this going to come over here, there, and then we can drop it down this mountain once if we need to buy the land. I'm hoping we don't. I've played it where we don't need any advertising. I've played it where we do need advertising. And just kind of depends on how you want to play to get your winning conditions here. But let's go in. Get some of these other things established here. $1.50 is too rich for that. Dollar seems much more reasonable. So we'll do that and open that one up. This guy should be ready to go now. Heck yeah. Boom. All right. Let's see. Cash-wise, we're doing fine. Like, we're not like rolling in it, but we're also not suffering at all right now, which is kind of more important. We can put in a little one of those things. We'll throw another info kiosk up here. And then we'll throw in our first, and probably only for a little while, food and beverage station. What do we want? Hot dog, hot diggity dog. All right, all that seems reasonable. I'm going to get a throw right in here. Let's add one of these. Bam, bam, bam. Again, I don't like charging a lot for rides that the guests don't find all that exciting, and a pirate ship is not one that the guests generally tend to love very much, so we're not going to charge a lot for it because it doesn't need it. Test there, and what that also allows us the opportunities, like little spots like this. I kind of secretly love those spots because you can throw in either like the snacky kind of spots, or you can throw in like I don't want to put that there because it sells umbrellas and we already have an umbrella there, but we can throw in like t-shirts, and we need to make some money off of those. So they're gonna be like $5 a pop. All right, we'll open that up, and you can see like my general mindset when I play this game is make branches. So you can see we have our main branch, or I guess it's a trunk in that case. Then we branch off over here. There's gonna be another branch going somewhere over there. We'll have to figure out all that stuff. I'm picturing so many rides and things that I used to build in this one just because it was very fun to build. So I'm gonna speed it up a little bit here because we just need to let the game roll through a little bit. But we will get there and we will be well on our way. We're only in April of year 1, and we're already over 100 guests, and we are making money. And I'm purposely letting the game go a little fast right now because we're going to come back and build more rides. Part of what we need to do right now is just continually build. But we don't have a lot of money, so we need to build cheap rides. So I'm going to like throw in stuff like this that are largely going to be capacity-based rides. Oh boy, that's not a good spot. There we go. All right. So we have lots of colors going on right now. $2 seems reasonable for that. Open that up. Let's go with some yellow. Go. What I might actually do is close this and move it here. And then I'm going to close this and move that up. Main reason for that is because if we have a 3x3 ride, I can put the exit right there, and then the entrance can be somewhere else, and it doesn't take up much space for us. We also have abilities to throw in. I hesitate to throw in all this stuff right out of the gate. It's a little much. But right now, I'm not really worried about getting people. I'm worried about getting money because we can advertise and do all the things we need to once we have money, but can't do that stuff without any money. So that's where our brain's kind of at with this right now. All right, we are in the negatives, but we're at, no, we're not. Spinning Wild Mouse, that ride does nothing for me in this game. In real life, the Spinning Wild Mouse, a lot of fun. My home park is Six Flags America. Sadly, RIP. It has just a few weeks left with us, and November 2nd is the time. So about 2 weeks from the posting of this video, that park will be no more as far as the Six Flags entity goes. But they have Spinning Wild Mouse there, and it is an incredibly fun ride. That one probably is going to get relocated. We'll see. Unlike most of the other rides there, but that's just conjecture because I don't know anything. But we'll see what happens here. Finance-wise, we're doing okay. It's just going to take a little while to get rolling. I'm going to slow the game back down here, and I just want to see what people are coming to us with as far as cash goes. $40, $40. So they're not coming with a lot. What that really means for us is that we're going to be in trouble here pretty quickly. If we're charging $6 for a ride over here, $5 for a t-shirt, we can eliminate people really quickly. So we may want to go in and also turn on shops and stalls and just see if we can get a cash machine. Because in little spots like this, those are great places to throw cash machines. Like this t-shirt stall doesn't need to be there. That could be a cash machine really easily. And we can prioritize some other things there. But we're just about at 300 guests. We have a thrill ride coming our way, swinging inverter ship. Okay. Nothing wild, but it works. And I like this part because we can also build a lot of the smaller kind of rides. Like this is going to go in next, I think. We'll put one of these guys in. Probably put it in like that. And that will make our next branch that we have there. So that's going to cost us 3,000 and some change. So we'll take out a little loany loan. We'll get that going. Let's close out of that. And I know I don't love building stuff like this all of the time where they're just canned rides. I think that's a boring way to play. But for right now, I have to do that. I need to get this thing set up and I need to make some cash. And doing it on flat ground makes things a whole lot easier. So having the ability to just build this in a spot where we don't really have to worry about too much makes life a whole lot easier. And I'm going to go back and redo all of that stuff so it's in the right vein of what I want. But beyond that, we're okay there. In theory, I could have put this like right there and just had right on, right off, but I don't like doing that either. I like to have a line. All right, this guy we're still waiting on results for. There we go. We'll open that up. $6 is what we're charging for our rides. This one's high. This one's also high. Although the other one's almost, that's only half a point higher. Okay. Or 6/10. But that's fine. It's higher, but not like brutally high. All right, so we're going to get another bathroom back here. And then we're going to get, ooh, we got a lemonade stall too. Cool. All right, but let's go ahead and just do something like cotton candy. Well, once we have enough money, we'll do something like cotton candy. We're right on that edge where we're making enough to support ourselves, but when bills come due, we're kind of screwed. So we got to just protect ourselves a little bit here. But we're at 350, 360 guests. We haven't really done anything as far as advertising goes or anything like that. But we are drawing in people, which is our main goal right now. Got a cookie shop coming our way, which don't care about that at all. But that's okay. We're going to build a scrambler or a twist here once we have the money for said ride. And then we'll go in. Yeah, $1 seems more than fair for that. Boom, boom, boom. Open that one up. Fantastic. Oops, I need to build an exit for it. I know, game. Just give me a second. Look, it yells at you so fast. I know what I need to do. Don't worry. I've been playing this longer than you've been installed on my computer. I am going to start the build-out process of this loop here. I'm not going to connect it in yet, but I just want to start the process of it just so that I can visually kind of see where I want things to go. And I really do, because when I first started using this mod, I didn't catch if it charged for the benches in the past. It does, because like if you look over to the left-hand side, it still says $12, but when I click here, there's 2 money symbols that go away. So I like that. It just makes it seem more fair. Because if you were getting that stuff for free, like it's not a good mod, because it changes the core functionality of the game, whereas this just speeds things up. It doesn't actually change how the game plays at all. We're over 400 guests. We have done 0 advertising. Our ride lines are largely full. other than the bumper cars. We have largely full lines. It's going to provide some outlets there for people to go to. What's our max loan amount to? Oh, that's another reason why I love this one. We have so much money we can play with. So much. All right, so I'm going to leave like a $20,000 loan, which gives us $15,000 in buffer. But I want to start building out some other things here. So got that. Oof. Put another one of those in. Get a bathroom there. And then we're going to get a food place. We don't actually have that many good, like, filling food places. Like a fry stall, I don't consider to be filling. All right, we'll adjust some monies here. How much do drinks cost? I just want to kind of make sure things are fair throughout everything. As far as costing our guests roughly the same amount of money for everything. Which it looks like we're doing a good job of. All right. We're going to put in some gentle rides back here. Nothing wild and crazy, but again, just some solid things to add capacity to the park. Now, if I were to place this again, I would move this, move these guys over here to that spot and just kind of give a little bit more leeway to a few things, but I think we're okay. Do I want to build a car ride in this area? I very easily could, and I think I will. Okay, well, I wanted a little bit more room there, but that's okay. Entrance, exit. Do that. Oh, I really wanted to try to fish through there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. But we're going to make this an interactive area for our car ride. There we go. Doom doom. Actually, let's go into a bigger curve than that. There we go. Even though it looks ridiculous, and we need to change the color of it because that is absolutely, it's beyond terrible. Like, that is a brutal way of looking at all that stuff. Let's see what we have. We have sports cars, which fit 2 people with a max capacity of 17. Pickup trucks. Ooh, we can get 20 pickup trucks, but there's only 1. Race cars. Vintage cars. I like the sports cars personally, so I'm going to go with those. We'll test it out and see what it does. Get rid of all the limits for now. And I didn't see what popped up there a second ago, so I need to go back and take a look. Got a top spin there. Okay. Again, not my... I like them in real life. In this game, they don't do that much. And I should have made this come in and then go up. See how it does this kind of... I'm gonna fix that real fast. Mainly, you'll see... there's a method to the madness, I promise. All right, let me... No. There we go. All right. Station. Now I can go up. And my whole reason for doing this is to maintain 3 so I can get another ride in there if I need to. All right, now we can go. I have to double check and see if just changing that cut us 2 cars. It did. Wow. Okay. Disappointing, but not surprising. There we go. All right. because that gives us room to put 2 more rides in there, which is really what I'm looking to do, to make sure that all of that is set. Let's see, do we have any other... We have a hat stall over here. Let's throw that in back there. I think $3 for a hat is more than fair. All right, and I think we are starting to make some money. Yeah, you can see we spent money for making the rides, but now we haven't been making any rides really that are expensive, and we are making some cash. So let's take a look. We have 17 cars, and how long does it take to go? 1 minute and 19 seconds. Man, this thing's gonna cycle a lot of people pretty quick, I think. All right, so that's 17 divided by 79 is 4.6. So the maximum wait time is going to be 4. Minimum wait time is going to be like 2. Open that bad boy up. And there we are. Let's add some trees and little things throughout there just to try to tie in some of this area over here. This is another area where some of the stuff, like the trees and stuff, are new. So they look really nice. And they really do look, I don't know. These are some of my favorite trees in the game. These kind of orchard kind of looking ones. I think they just look really nice, and they do. I don't know. I really like how this particular aesthetic of the game works. It's very, very soothing to me, and I really dig what's going on with it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have. Otherwise, here we got the top spin. We have another coaster coming our way, which really we need a capacity coaster. If you take a look at the lines throughout the park, for whatever reason, bumper car is not that high. Everybody wants to go on something more thrilling, but beyond that, it's been kind of a little rough there. And then I'm going to have this, not that guy, that's left over from before. But we're going to come down like that, and I need to fix that one because it's going to drive me insane. There we go. But eventually what's going to happen, if I get my way, and I may or may not need to do this, but we'll have this area and then we can expand out here. Nice flat area, nothing big deal to work with. So I'll be honest with you. The way I used to do this was I'd build this area out and then I'd wrap this back around to here. We'd build a few rides here. Then I'd wrap this area over here, tunnel through here, and then come up here and over. I still may do that. I don't really know. It may not be necessary. I mean, we have 500 guests in our park. We're a third of the way there. And I don't feel like we've done very much yet. We've dumped in a couple of kind of pre-built rides, and we've added some theming and some flat rides, but we haven't really done all that much yet. I want to get to the custom coaster part here. I also want to add a log flume real bad. They keep throwing me coasters that just don't lend themselves to the way I like to play. Like Virginia Reel, really good ride, honestly, but just doesn't fit what I want right now. I want to build something custom, and a Virginia Reel, I suck so bad at building custom versions of that I just don't do it anymore. There's one in there, Texas Tubs, which is essentially the perfect version of that ride as far as I can tell. So I just let that one do its thing because why would I do anything else? All right, now we have to battle the land a little bit here. All right, then we're going to drop this bad boy into the mountain. And we're going to do stuff that's not possible in the original game, which made no sense. The on-ride photo not being a thing really still annoys me greatly. That you couldn't build them underground. I don't understand why that was a choice. I mean, I'm sure there was a reason for it, but I reject that reason. Let's see, we're at there, so we'll do that. We're coming out to a height of 30. And you know what I might do here? No. I was going to throw an not on-ride photo, whatchamacallit. I don't remember what I was going to say. A reverse turnable section, but I don't think there's a real reason for that. Alright, I spent a lot of land there to do that, but while I was building that, I realized this can all be lined, so it's okay to spend some effort there. Let's see, base of 26 boats. We can get that up to 30 boats. Heck yeah. Alright, the other thing I love building with building these is like, largely you don't have a lot to worry about. Like this is a significant drop right there and it turns slightly quickly, but I think we'll be okay. As long as you don't like make any egregious errors, you'll be okay making a log flume. So we have a Virginia reel. Again, not super excited about that one, quite honestly. I'm not good at making them, and Texas Tubs is the perfect version of that ride. I don't think I would be able to do any better. Alright, so let's take a look and see what speeds we get here. Oops, there it is. There's boat one. So go, okay, it slows down enough. I think we'll be okay. Again, more than okay on that one. I could, I guess, throw a reversal turn section in there and then do the same thing over here. I just don't like that idea. It feels forced and not... It feels the opposite of creative with what you could possibly do, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to build up this a little bit to make it feel a little bit more organic. These guys would be exposed in real life, so I'm not going to do that. But like a tunnel coming out like that makes sense. Let's see, did I make that too short? No, we're okay there. All right, and the rest of it's cake. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna set this bad boy up. $3 for that. $4 for the actual ride. We'll make that same price. All around there. And then we're just waiting for the results to come in. And we know it's 30 boats, so the math should be relatively easy. So we'll see what we have here. You can see, even with like leaving right away, the first boat is leaving the lift hill right now. So that's not too bad. I mean, I know the lift hills on these things take forever, but it's not too bad. So 182 divided by 30 is going to be every 6 seconds, a little over 6 seconds. So our maximum wait time is going to be 6. And the wait time is going to be more like 4. Wait for a full load and open up. And we have the first few out of the gate there. We should be okay. Let's take a look at what our guests are saying, because that's also important. They're running out of cash. 32 people are already running out of cash. And again, that's the problem with this park, is like, it's not hard. You can see we're making money. We're able to do things. The problem really comes that our guests just don't have that much money to their names. And this thing is going to be an absolute killer when it comes to cash. It's going to make us so much freaking money. It's going to be ridiculous. And it has a nice long line, and people are still going in it even though it's raining. There's a couple of people joining that queue. So hopefully the last the rain's going, we have a couple boats not going out full, but the rain is now stopped and we're back to normal operations. And you can see that we've made some cash in that meantime there. All right, so let's go ahead and get a couple more mechanics, a couple more handymen and women, and a couple more security guards. All right, we still need a capacity coaster. We don't need a capacity wet ride though. This thing, 4 people, 30 boats, 120 people, like that's wild. This is what I worry about, is something like that where they come in real close to each other like that. It's the only unpredictable part of this game when it comes to these boats, because they get weirdly spaced on lift hill for whatever reason. It's just a hot mess. All right, take a look at our rides here. I suppose that I could have left that as is, because we do have some rides that take up very minimal space. Ooh, I like that. That looks reasonable. And like, I'm willing to dump down the price of some of these rides to like next to nothing because I don't really care if they have long lines and I don't really care if they make us money. I just don't want them to lose gobs of money for us. But little bits, no worries. There we go. And then we have room for another ride to fit right in there and the line coming out to the side. Should be perfect. That would be a thrill ride. We already have that. We don't have that, but it's essentially, well, it's not the same as a pirate ship, but it's not far off. No, I kind of want to build that, but I really, what I want is, no, I don't want sub. What I really want is a drop tower ride. If I could have that, I'd be happy. All right, but we're at 600 some odd guests. We're going to chew through people on this thing. This is going to be an absolute monster for us. And I'm very excited to see what this thing's going to do. $17,000 an hour. Heck yeah, line me up. And I could have actually put that right here, put like the exit right there, gone there, 1, 2, 3, 4 entrance, and had a 2-line entrance. It's not a bad idea. All right, substall. Heck yeah. Built that. And we already had our first person look who said they couldn't afford it. Checked his wallet. I saw it. All right, we are in April of year 2. We're rolling through. And look, our little car ride's doing its job, man. I'm very happy about it. It's making almost $1,000 an hour. It's fantastic. And all of our rides right now, minus the pirate ship and the, well, this one's about to have a full line, are doing phenomenally well. Like, we're just printing money with all of them. All right, so we're still unknown on the research end of things. I'm just gonna speed up a little bit here. I'm getting close to the point where I want to turn off the shops and stalls because it's not doing anything for us. And we really need to have another capacity ride. So I think a wooden coaster is going to go in here next. I just want to, I'm holding out hope that we get a cash machine because we get that, it's going to be a level over. I'm so used to saying sectors for my industry. If you haven't watched any of my industry videos, please do. They're very fun. Yeah, I'm very, very, very used to saying sectors instead of levels. So I need to fix that vocabulary in my brain on that. If we get a, whatchamacallit? Oh my gosh, my brain just blanked. A motion simulator. It could theoretically go there, but I'd probably trade this guy over here and then put the motion simulator in there and do the same thing with it. But we're getting dumb food stalls right now that we absolutely do not need. We're going to go in and build something a little more major. And I want that thing to fit in this area here. So I'm going to have to be a little creative with how I do this because I'm not super thrilled with the amount of space that we have right here. But we'll figure it out. I really like the articulated trains. They're way more fun to me to build with and to see them work. And I'm going to make some small little twister coaster. I don't know exactly how it's going to work or what it's going to look like quite yet. Nope, I'm going to make it the other way. There we go. I am going to have to borrow a little bit of money for this. Alright, seeing it this spot is a little tough, but we'll get there. We're actually going to start bringing this thing home here. Come on. Let me dive down. No. All right, that's going to come in there like that. And throw on red photo there. I know I shouldn't because we're going to rob them of all of their money, but that's on them, not me. All right, and then we'll throw in our braking section here. So block brakes, followed by regular brakes. All right, I don't know how happy I am with that, honestly. I think it will work. I don't know if it's going to be the capacity monster that I really need it to be. But we will take a moment to repay some of that loan. And while it's going up the lift hill... Actually, let's go with the tan. I really like the tan color on all these. Red, tan, yellow, and then we'll go with the violet. Yeah, I like those. And I could switch out the red for the green too. I like both those color combinations on coasters like this. And I'm going to try to bring this out here, over, around, and back up. That's the goal here. So it's whipping around. It's not going excessively quickly at any particular spot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It might, if this winds up being a decently rated coaster, like we're in the highs. Yeah. 1 minute and 3 seconds. So 63 divided by 2 is going to be 31.5. So our minimum wait time, or our maximum wait time is going to be like 27. And the wait time is going to be like 24. Wait for full load. We're going to call it Lumberyard. Why? Because that's what immediately popped in my brain. There's literally no other reason. It's our lowest rated coaster, I believe, but it also has the least built around it currently. So we'll see if we can up those stats a little bit. Oops, I need to go up. And then we're just waiting on some cash. Should not be a big deal for us. There we go. All right, let's open that bad boy up. And with the cycle times there, it should be... we should be pretty good with that one. Taking a look at this. We're doing fine. The only thing we have is a little backup over here. So I'm actually going to lower that minimum and maximum wait time just a touch. Making us 14. We were at 17, so it's a little lower than normal, but that's okay. And while we're building, did anything happen? No, but we have another shop stall coming our way, and you can see we're not increasing our guest numbers as quickly as what we were before, and that's purely because we just don't have people keeping the money in their pockets right now. If we take a look, I bet you there's about 100 guests, we're saying. Oh, only 22. Okay, that's not bad. I never even looked at the ratings on this one. Yeah, see? This is about as exciting. Well, it's a little... this is more exciting, but it's not far off. I need to adjust the timing on this just a touch. You see how there's waiting there? It needs to wait just a few seconds later. So let's take a look and see. Oh, I think it's actually maximum wait time because it's not fully loaded right now. All right, and that gives us a perfect opportunity to introduce some advertising that we haven't done yet. So we're gonna advertise for Lumberyard. We have enough for 6 weeks, or no, we have enough for 12 weeks. Get that noise. Let's go ahead and do it. We're at 774 guests, so we're officially past the halfway point. We're also about the halfway point through the game itself right now as far as the time we have allotted, but hopefully it's going to be a little easier to draw in massively more amounts of people here. Let's see, what do you got? You got $1.50 left to your name. You're coming with $40 because I think that's what everybody comes with, but you're leaving with nothing. You're leaving with $1.50, so we have $3 out of 120 on the table. I'm okay with that. All right, so we're going through. My goodness. And we're just gonna try to ease things out here. Got another shop stall. Again, I really want a cash machine. As soon as I have a cash machine, I'll turn off shop stalls. We'll get some new coasters. We'll get some new thrill rides. We'll destroy this. But right now, we've stayed largely within the castle walls, minus this little bit right there, which honestly I could have turned it and brought it down, no problem. And this little bit right there. Otherwise, I haven't really expanded this place too much. And we're making money. We're just not making a number of guests that we need to, which is going to be a little bit of a problem, but I think we'll be able to adjust our prices down here real soon and not have it be as big of a problem. So let's go free rides on the log flume. We're going to run that for 12 weeks because it doesn't cost all that much. And they can get free food if they want. What do we want to give away? Free cotton candy. Of course you can have that. Just trying to get people to the park right now. And I always love whatever it is. It seems like when I give away free rides on something, that ride breaks down. It's comical. It's okay because like it doesn't cost us that much money. Like I know that the things that they have in their inventory don't really expire, but if a ride's down, it's not really costing us money in the same sense because the people in line are going to be in line, and in a park like this, if they're going on that, they're probably going to go on this one too. So we'll see what happens. I had a couple people say it was a really good value. Yeah, look at that, see? Oh, the on-ride photo is a really good value. Interesting. I don't think I've ever had that comment before. But we've just paid off a whole butt ton of money. We're doing a fantastic job. I'm very proud of us. But we just need to see what we're going to have coming our way next year. All right, we need to get rid of roller coasters. I just want thrill rides, and that right now, we'll see what that brings for us. Out of these rides, do I want to put that over here, or do I want to put that back here? I think I want to put it back over in this area. It's going to go way up there. We'll make sure it waits for a full load. Maximum wait time 60 seconds. Cool. Everything looks great there. Very happy. And then we can open that bad boy up. I want a launch tower so badly. What's interesting about this park is that there's almost, oh, not almost. There's 900 guests in the park right now, a little over. It doesn't feel crowded. And there's not that much in this park to do right now. Like, the log flume seems brutal, but 7 minutes is not bad. And half our comments, not half our comments, but a lot of our comments are that it was great and or that they can't afford it. And it's a $4 ride. So our problem right now really is that we are milking our guests a little too much. When this gets to year 3, that's when we're going to start dumping prices a little bit and start trying to get a little bit more serious. But we're at roughly 1,000. We only have, we're 2/3 of the way there, roughly. I'm feeling okay about where we're at right now. And we're massively being able to repay a loan as well, which I'm very excited about. So let's take a look. If we get cash machine, it's going to be game over. Like this one will be won very quickly if we get cash machine. So come on, give me cash machine. 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 We're in year 3, so we're officially past the halfway point. Pretzel stall. That is not cash machine. All right, let's take a look real fast and see what kind of... Yeah, see, this thing's just making money for us. All right, so we're going to start dumping prices on some of these things. Not massively. And we're gonna, like, the balance is gonna go way down as far as money available at like a given instant to us, but that's okay. Because you can see we're even starting to fill up on rides that nobody really cares about. Like our pirate ship, which again, I love that ride. It has full line. Ferris wheel is the only ride I think right now that does not have a full line. All right. I think we... Oh, nope, I still see this guy. Okay. I think we roughly halved or brought down by at least a third all of the prices across the park. So that should help boost us up a little bit. And then we just have we have another 500 guests officially to get here. We turned off roller coasters. We're working on thrill rides, and then we're going to turn back on roller coasters here real soon because we need to have them. We're going to try to milk some more stuff here if we can. So we'll do $1. That's fine. Bum, bum, bum. Let's get this bad boy built. Let's get the blue. And maybe with these now, we just start trying to make $1 on all of our concessions. Or just over $1. I'm not gonna, I like to keep everything if we can. They come to us with round numbers, so I like to use round numbers. And by round numbers, I mean 50 cents or zeros. So we're going to start dumping some of this stuff. Yeah, you can see this guy's made us lots of money. Like, it's made us an unreasonable amount of money, actually. But I'm okay with that. A pretzel stall, my God. Does nothing for us. All right. So got that. This bad boy is loaded up with all the free people. We'll provide some entertainment here as well. All right. Advertising campaign finished. What are our thoughts here? Yeah, 37 people are sending around that cash. Lock flumes, good value is our #1 most commented thing. And then I feel sick. It's like 3 or 4. So I think what I'm going to try to do is win this staying in the castle walls. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense or not. I want to see what our next one is. Again, I need a cash machine. Give me a cash machine. If I can get that, we're golden. A drop tower would be very nice. I've held out space for it, but I want all of the things. All right, so we're gonna do vouchers for a free ride. Right now, this guy does not have Lumberyard, does not have a full line, and it does have a way for us to make money regardless of if it's people are paying to get on it or not. So Lock Flume's nice like that because we can look at it and say, okay, you're making money. and then lumber yards there, and like, okay, you're making money. You're making far less than what we used to, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. We just need to keep printing money, and we should be in good shape. We're now down under our original loan amount by just a little bit before we went into negatives, but we are below it, and yeah, we're doing the job. All right, what do we have coming our way here? And as I'm playing this, I'm really itching to play Parkitect more. I love both these games. Parkitect is just a natural evolution of this game and a really good evolution of this game. Enterprise, heck yeah. I'm gonna turn off thrill rides because I'm happy about that. That's a 4x4 ride, so it's not gonna fit here unless I remove this, and it's not gonna be pretty. But we can put that back here, no problem. And it's gonna be a great addition to this park. But Parkitect really, I've heard it referred to as the spiritual successor of Roller Coaster Tycoon, but it's that and so much more. It's just such an excellent game, and the creativity that it does versus what like Roller Coaster Tycoon does. You gotta remember that like this game came out on Windows 95 originally. The original Roller Coaster Tycoon was Windows 95. I played it on my Gateway 2000 as a reference point for the oldies out there. But yeah, there was only so much you could really do with that. And then when Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 came out, whenever that was, I do not know the year of that, it added just such a touch or so much new, interesting things. And really, it was the height of what you could think of with a roller coaster based theme park game. And then to just take it that next step way further, you get Parkitect, and it's wild. It's so good, and I deeply love that game. It's just so stinking good. So it's been a time going through and seeing what all this stuff does and how it works and all that, but man, I really want to play Parkitect more, just because updated version of this game is a good thing for everybody. This is a great classic, great game, and Parkitect just really delivers on that next step of taking the same ideas and putting them onto a modern system with modern visuals and modern graphics cards and modern thoughts on how it works. Oh my gosh. Sorry for going on my little diatribe there, but man, I love both these games so much, and I really just want to play, and I really want a cash stall thing. Because you can see we're in June of year 3. We're starting to think about budget a little bit more. We're starting to think about, hey, like we might not be able to do this if we're not doing our stuff here. So we're going to make sure we're advertising. And we're going to make sure we do our stuff. Again, it's game over. If we get cash stall, we're going to throw one right there at the exit. We'll throw another one over here, another one over here, and another one back here, and it's going to be game over. But so far, the game has not and continues not to show that as an option for us. So I'm thinking right now, I don't know if it's good a thought or not, but a little family coaster of some way, shape, or form over here. Or do I build a little out and back, so I could easily fit an out and back coaster in that area? I think that's what I might do. There we go, see? Fit in there beautifully. What are the 6-seater reverse? They increase? No, there's no reason for that. All right, we've repaid our original loan and more. Now we're gonna take out some cash because I wanna build stuff. So your height was 110. That's not gonna work. All right, and all we're gonna do is come up and around, do that. All right, we're gonna have to add on just a touch there. All right, and we're just gonna come up like that. Boom, 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 boom. Throw an on-ride photo section there, because why the heck not? Throw a block break over here. And then we'll throw on our normal brake sections here. All right, let's take a look and see what we got here. We'll increase the lift hill speed. Need to paint it. All right, I don't know what to call this thing. I'm gonna call it wicker. I don't know what that means. There's like, I think of like wicker furniture. It feels kind of old fashioned, but also kind of comfortable and oddly modern, even though it's absolutely not. But that's what I'm going with. All right, so that guy's gonna go through and do its thing. Let's take a look and see what it does. Over that first hill is the only spot I'm concerned with. Oh no, 20 something miles an hour over that, 30 something over that. This should be an obnoxiously short ride. What do we got? Heck yeah. That's $4 what we're charging, right? Yep, all right. It's a minute and 17, so 77 divided by 2. 38 and a half. So maximum wait time is more like 32. Minimum wait time is more like 28. Wait for a light. Open it up. Finances. We'll pay back a whole bunch of money. And we have to take a look and see what we got here. All right, so free rides on that have ended. That. They know we're trying to get the cash. And they're not giving it to us, and I don't appreciate it. If I were to play this again, I'd build this up one so I could drop down into this turn and then go up so it doesn't struggle at all. I think we're okay, but it's again a little closer than I'd like it to be. What did I even call it? Waker. That's right. That's what I called it. Let's see. We'll borrow some money to make sure we have enough. Boom. Boom. We have 206 guests to get. We should be in good shape. We'll find out. And the ATM. It comes right at the end. Son of a... Ugh. Again, I'm used to building like a coaster over here that goes out and goes over this large swath of area as a floor of the screen coaster I call Green Monster, or what's a Monster from the Dark Lagoon or whatever the heck it's called. I can't think of the right name off my top of my head. I mean, I'm not upset. Just I wanted it sooner than August 18th. So we're gonna speed up the game here real fast. The second that pops over, we're gonna go in and we're gonna win this thing. And it's gonna be very easy. Alright, I'm gonna slow the game down. And we're just gonna pop in about 700 ATMs. Alright, so there's 2 on the main exit. Got another one back there. And we're gonna throw another one right there. Alright, and that should be game over. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait a little bit, but you can see we're at 300 and, or 1,038. Or 1,400. And just pausing real fast, taking a look. How many people have used this thing? Yeah, you can see 21 people have already used that one. This one's probably our most popular, I would guess. 69 people have used that. Nice. There's the one over here that 45 people have used, and this one over here that 74. Oh, that's the winner. But we're there. We're over 1,400. Our goal again, I just need to double check, was 1,500 by October year 4. Yeah, we're gold. And I'm hoping to get back to our original loan amount before we end this. And that's not even because, there we go. All right. See, we just need about 25-ish guests or so to finish this one up. Hey, we paid off more than our loan, and there's the W. Folks, thank you so much for joining me. Crazy Castle is one of my absolute favorites. I really do adore this park, and I used to spend so much time in this park just experimenting and playing and doing things. This one really brought back some good memories, and thanks for joining me. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.